Welcome to the 11th episode Capital TV Midweek Update. My name is JC from TradersTruthReview.com. As usual in our midweek show, this week we have another metaphor that all value investor must attempt to be. Can you guess who is the famous character that appeared on the hit British movie and television series? Do you know who is the person in this picture here? All investors must think like the person in the picture. When it comes to investing and trading, every investor must develop an agile mind and be alert to his surroundings, especially in the stock market. Remember, the stock market is a terrible place to learn new lessons. Learn from your mistake and accept good fortune. So say by this famous character. Can you tell me the answer of this character? If it's so, send your answers to jccapitaltv@gmail.com and have a prize for the right answer. In our midweek KLCI market outlook, this week we have the midweek market update. On Monday, we saw a huge sell-off here, right, from the continuation of last Friday. The technology sell-off that we saw in US market has somehow trickled to our market. We have a retest to the 1866 sometime back last week, seen here and here, all right? So remember, the 1866 is the 31st December 2013 closing, and many investors, traders and fund managers know this level. As the market cannot sustain at higher prices, the market now is falling under its own weight and traders are taking profit very fast. Now notice in this chart here and here, the market is alternating between green zone and red zone and green zone and red zone. The green zone is basically a bullish and the red zone is the bearish zone. In volume spread analysis, this is known as market congestion, as the balance between supply and demand is equal. However, the supply in the shorter term is now. So if the market cannot hang on, the market will likely to retest back the 1845 and 1840. Yes, you heard first from us at Capital TV Midweek Update with JC with our next KLCI foreign funds net flows. In our site, TradersTruthReview.com, we noticed the blue line that you see in here are showing that daily foreign buying last week are moving downwards, as you can see from the small insert here. This week, notice the market has moved sideways. Now, very important is this large spike that we see in net foreign funds buying, hitting a close to almost 300 millions of net buying. Since then, the buying by the foreign funds has somehow flattened a bit, shown by the blue arrow here. Are the foreigners buying and selling? We have to see and wait for the next few days. It is certainly foreign funds were the buyers first last week and beginning of this week. For those who are new, the blue line that you see here is the daily buying and selling of foreign funds, while the red line here is the 5 days accumulation, and it's important to see the trend of the buying. On the top right side insert here, you'll notice last week the foreign funds were red, meaning turning downwards before we spike up this week here. You hear it first from JC, TradersTruthReview.com. Now for our midweek stock watch, the stock to watch is HIO with a stock code of 7668. HIO is a household name in Malaysia, established back in 1992 as a Chinese medical shop operator. Since then, it has diversified to a stockist business model, selling everything from water filter, beauty lingerie series, beauty products, household product, and healthcare product too. Like they say, a company like HIO is a recession-proof company that everyone needs to buy something from HIO because they deal with daily necessity products. Right now, from an IVSA chart here, we can see smart money are accumulating under the disguise of low volume tests, seen here and here, right? The support at 2 ringgit 40 cent here remains strong, and the market has made a double bottom at the same price here and here, right? There is an overhead resistance at the 200-day moving average at 2 ringgit 60 cents here. However, there is a strong pull for the market to retest back this resistance at 2 ringgit 60 cent. How high can Hi-O go? That's a good question. You cannot see it from the chart here, but on the left side of the chart, the old high is certainly at 2 ringgit 85 cents. As you can see from the volume spread analysis chart, we are seeing many green arrows. Green arrows, and looking at the trend line here from this blue, it is pointing upwards. So from the trend line, it is pointing upwards. Looking at the valuation, the PE for Hi-O is certainly very attractive at 11 or 12 times and almost no debt, with the dividend paying 4 to 5%. The valuation here is good, and it is a dividend paying stock. You can get it first from my site traderstruthreview.com. Now let's turn our attention to the last week midweek stock watch, which is QL Resources or stock code 7084. The market was certainly looking good at this point when the short-term trend, the grey line here, turned downwards. At the same time, there was some bad news affecting the Indonesian aid operator of QL Resources. However, their exposure to the Indonesian market is very small onwards. The market could not break higher here, as such it has to move sideways with a bias to the downside. As always, have a stop loss as there is no certainty in the market. And now for the message of the week. This week is certainly from a famous price and volume guru, Richard Wyckoff, to regards to the law of supply and demand. He says that when there is an excess amount of something, which in this case supply, the value of the item is reduced to draw the demand needed to absorb that supply. At the same time, or if there's a scarcity of something, there's a value of that item will increase to create the supply that will need to demand. This is a very important fundamental law of the market. When there is plenty of supply, prices will come down eventually. And on the flip side, when there's a demand everywhere, prices will shoot up. Okay. Remember, investor and trader must be strong enough and have the courage to go with the right side of the market. Strong emphasis here. The stock market is dominated by this fundamental law. Failing to understand this law will cause more money to flow out from your pocket. Remember the phrase, no one cares more about your money than yourself. Let Capital TV be the market expert, inspire your success for tomorrow. That's all the time that we have. Thank you for joining us, and we will review the stock watch Hi-O next week, same time, same place. Remember to send me your reply of this metaphor here to jccapitaltv@gmail.com that you see on the TV screen in here, and visit our website traderstruthreview.com. With that, I welcome your question and feedback.